Yo guys, welcome back. You're with Fonzie, and today we're going to take out the T64B. I've already had a few games in it this morning, and we've done pretty well. Yeah, so I just thought I've saved those clips. Unfortunately, it's not live comms. I was just playing the game and I had some good drive outs. So yeah, we'll get into that. As you can see, I haven't really been driving my T64. Basically because I haven't been playing Warthunder. I've been getting smashed with work at the moment, so yeah, I've just come off 6 straight shifts. So yeah, you can see, like, I haven't really got to spade out my T64B yet. So I mean, that's cool. We'll eventually get to it. And in these videos, it just goes to show, you don't need the tank spaded to do well with it. You just need to use the tank to its advantages, and yeah, you'll do all right. I find the T64 plays quite like what the Challenger 1 would play, so I think you're better off sort of staying in a hold down position and trying to snipe. It can brawl, but in an urban environment and stuff, if you get caught from the side, you're dead. Where within the Abrams and the Leo 2K, you've got a lot better survivability. So yeah, enough chit chat. We'll jump into the games and we'll see how we go. Alright guys, cheers. So here we are guys, this is our first drive out. It's only a small match. I think there's only like 6 players or something. You just see there I quickly brought up the game screen. So I've decided that I'm going to push straight to Bravo and try and hold and defend Bravo, but I was thinking, like, all these guys on my team are basically, they're all the same squad, or all the same clan, so I thought, that they'd probably go to sea and cap together and stuff, and they actually didn't. And I think that like, we do lose this game, and I think that might be one of the actual errors of the game, is we didn't cap our closest point straight away, so our ticker bleed was quite bad. But yeah, so we've pushed straight to Bravo. You can already see one of their Abrams or something like that has pushed into Bravo. But we do have teammates to our left, as you can see them firing there. They get a couple of good hits and stuff on that guy, so he's basically taken care of. So I decided to push into here. This is a nice little sort of campy spot where you can reverse backwards and forwards, and you can get some pretty good shots sometimes. Guys will come over that hill to our 12 o'clock there. And that's exactly what happens here. You see a tank there to our 2 o'clock, or 1:30. And yeah, we spotted as a Challenger, put a good hit into him, and he's basically done now. We just wait for our reload and we'll finish him off, hopefully for an ammo rack, but we get a crew knockout instead, so that's all good. In the meantime, so we're just keeping our third person up just to try and scan for targets. You see one just there. I had the reticle over him. It's a chieftain or something like that, so he obviously hasn't seen us, and he's cruising behind that rock, so we pop up here straight up and we get a nice little flank shot on him for an ammo rack, I think it is. Yeah, ammo rack. Then we'll notice our teammate to our left is also shooting at an Abrams, so we're in the perfect spot here to get a good shot on him. So we take our first shot. Unfortunately, I think I got the dirt bug there or something, because that probably should have hit him, like from where I was aiming there, but never mind. We get another shot. It's not a good one, only taking his engine and track, so he's still got his gunner up, but our second shot here, or third shot, does the trick and finishes him off. Then from here, we go in, we have a cap. Excuse me. We get the cap. We notice there's AA shooting at us here, but you'll also notice on the mini map there we've got a friendly to about 11 o'clock. So I'm like, I'll take this cap and I'm going to move away. And the reason why we move away here and go back to our spawn is, you'll see on the mini map there's a guy and he's constantly pinging the map. Excuse me again, coffee burps. So he's constantly pinging the map. So there's obviously some guys down there that he needs a hand with. He's only in a T62. There's an MBT-70 and a Abrams down there, so we've decided we're going to rush back to try and give him a hand here. Unfortunately, I don't get there in time. He actually gets taken out, which is a bit unfortunate. I was trying my best to try and get to him and help him out, but yeah. And I also, where he was pinging the map, it was a bit off. Like the guys were basically right on top of him, but he was pinging the map a little bit away from him. So we pick up a shot there that he's just been shot at. So and then finally, just up here, we actually do get eyes on the enemy. So the first one we pick up is MBT. So we get a shot at him. Nice little one-shot knockout there. And then we pick up that Abrams. He has a shot at us. We take a second shot at him. No, we don't. I thought I took a shot at him, but I didn't. We probably could have took a shot there. Here I'm just trying to communicate with these guys, and you know, like the guy that's still up at B point there where the AA was, trying to get him to stay and hold at B point, not try and rush their spawn, because you know we need to cap. We need to get a bit of ticker bleed going on here. So we've spotted the Abrams again. He's trying to do the runner. Get a good shot at him, taking out his engine and his track, I believe it was. He has a shot at us. We're in a perfect position here. Now this should have been the ace right here. This should have been our 5th kill. Unfortunately, we get a shitty ricochet or a bit of bad RNG there. And then we're just lining up for our what would have been the kill shot. We get the dirt bug again. Plane coming in, and unfortunately he's dropped some ordnance, and that's all she wrote. So I'm a bit annoyed, and I'm like, well, screw you, mate. Come back on my AA. He's run away. He's trying to fight with the LA 200 here. So we just spot him and take our time, let him get nice and close. So he's got no chance of avoiding that fire, and down he goes. As soon as we drop him, we J out. There's no point in having an AA at this point. There's still tanks in the game. So we decide to come back in T64 Alpha, and immediately I'm going into well, survival mode here, trying to save the game. So we rush C. We get a cap on C. At that time, we also notice there's a MBT coming down from Bravo, heading towards our sort of spawn. We've also got a T62 up there, but he's been axed by that MBT. Oh, sorry, it wasn't a T62, it was a T44 100. Not the best tank to bring out into a top tier match, but hey, you know, sometimes you just don't have a good lineup. So we spot him there. We don't have the depression to get a shot. So I'm trying to maneuver, and I realise my teammates put a shot onto him. So I use that as my opportunity. He's turned, and yeah, we get a nice little shot there for our last kill of the game. You know, I've realised it's too late. There's a guy up there on the hill, so you know, we're gonna just stop here for a minute. There's no point rushing, you know, losing our tank sort of thing. So he pops out here, and we get a final shot into him, which sort of wrecks him. Well, we probably could have got the kill if the game had gone on, but unfortunately you can see there our tickets are absolutely kaput. So yeah, we'll move on to the next game. Alright guys. So here we are guys with our second drive out. This is our ace drive out. So I believe this is our or my first actual ace drive out in the T64, and that's due to this map. Sands of Sinai. This map is perfectly suited for the T64B and the way to fight in it, and that's using, I like to spawn out in the desert here and using all these lovely bit of dead ground. You know, you can get into some really nice hold down positions and sort of snipe up onto the top of hill above Alpha. You can snipe from anything coming from their spawn to Charlie, and you can also there's a spot here you'll see me eventually pull up in where we can actually shoot onto Bravo as well. So it's not a bad little spot. I think the main thing with this tank and this map and this sort of game style play is you need to be patient. You know, this game did go for quite some time. However, I cut a lot out of cut a lot of the waiting out. So yeah, so you can see there I've get myself a nice little spot there. So I've got eyes up onto the ridge above Alpha, and excuse me, and that's where we first notice contact. We've got a teammate shooting at I think it's an Abrams. So we spot him there quite a fair way away. I think it's around about 1200 meters, maybe 14. At the moment I don't have the laser rangefinder. So it's kind of hard to, you know, I can't, you know, what I would do in the 2K there is laser it and straight up spot him. We also notice, sorry, not spot him, but like range it and then get the exact range and put our sight control onto that range. But we've got another tank up here. I thought it was a Challenger or a Chieftain, but I think it's an MBT 70, I think, this guy. So he's popped out, and we're just basically waiting here to for him to pop across again and get a shot at him. He eventually makes that mistake. He tries to run across behind the the big oil tanks up there and gets slotted. So yeah, we stay in this position, and then eventually we actually do notice another tank coming down the hill. This one is a Challenger, so we get a hit on him. Perfect thing to happen basically is he's stuck in the open air. We've ripped his track, and we're just going to pick him off basically. Takes me a while to get some decent shots onto him. I'm not sure if this is because the tank's not spaded, and so our accuracy is a little bit off, or it's just my shitty shooting basically not adjusting well enough. So yeah, we take a fair few shots into him. I'm trying to ammo rack him is what I'm trying to do here, so through the front there, and then finally we actually get a good hit on him, which racks him, so that's always nice. In the meantime, we notice this little M56, so decide to turn, face, and take him out. No need to use your main gun, just purely machine guns, 50 cal or 12.7 millimeters and up to kill those little guys. So yeah, and then you'll notice we start having a jet strafe us. This guy becomes a bit of a pain in the ass because not only is he annoying me, but he's also marking us. So and obviously we take a hit there. Quite lucky we didn't get one shot at there, but it seems that we only lost our commander in that hit. So we do a quick repair, and then it's a chieftain Mark 10. He makes a bit of a mistake. I think he must think that he's got enough time to run into the cap and start to cap, but unfortunately for him, he doesn't. So he's exposed his lower front plate here, which is our perfect opportunity. We're still in our nice little hold down position, and so we just run up, and then we can get a perfect shot through the front of his tank there in his weak spot. So nice easy kill there. And there's also an Abrams that was capping Bravo. As I was saying before, it's a good spot to shoot on the Bravo, but we're busy with the chieftain. But yeah, now he's driven out in a really bad spot for himself. We're in the perfect position here to knock him over, and yeah, this will be our 5th kill. So there's the ace. Unfortunately, basically straight after that, a guy comes back in a Sabre, and we get revenge killed with some rockets. But as you can see, we still got our ace. Unfortunately, the game is over for us practically here now because the rest of our team is kaput. I believe I'm the only player left in the team, so I decided to spawn up in my AA and basically see if I can't get a little bit of revenge kill, blow him out of the sky. So we have a shot, just spray and pray, but it doesn't really go our way there. As you can see, he's too far away really for the Shuka, or whatever this thing's called, ZUS Quad 23, whatever you want to call it. So this guy is a little bit silly. He decides he's going to come back, and I think he was actually going to try and strafe me with 50 cals, which at the moment in this game it's basically a death sentence. Trying to strafe AA with the radar it's got now is just, yeah, you're just trying to, it's a death sentence. So yeah, that's all I've got for you today, guys. I hope you've enjoyed the video, and I will see you in my next one. Bumsy out.